All right, we live? We are live. We are live. Awesome, awesome. Guys, I just want to thank you, first of all, for being on this webcast tonight and taking the time out of your day, because I know a lot of you probably just got home from work. You're getting ready to wind down. Maybe you have the urge to turn on the television, but you decided not to. You decided to actually tune into this hangout to find out exactly who we are and what we're doing here and the type of movement that we have going. And first of all, I just want to let you know we have lots of different things happening at the moment. And the success that we've created just in such a short amount of time is something that I've never heard in my 10 years of experience of being on the internet. So most likely you probably came through from maybe somebody on Facebook sent you to this particular webinar. Maybe you came through an email. Maybe you came through just maybe a friend sent you here. Maybe it was from a personal message on Facebook, and you're wondering, what the heck is this? And is it actually possible to make $3,000 commissions literally within 15 minutes, or wake up the next day and have $5,000 and $10,000 days? And maybe you can't relate with that right now, but I'm here to tell you a little bit about myself and my story, and how my story can not only impact you, but help you get to the next level of your business and your life. You see, I got started in this industry just fresh out of high school when I was 18 years old. And I dealt with a lot of different struggles just getting started. I didn't have the right mentoring. I didn't have the right systems in place. I didn't really have any guidance. All I knew was that I had an entrepreneurial type of mindset, and I wanted to make a lot of money on the internet. And I figured that I could just hide behind my computer and make a bunch of money online. So I learned that not only was it important to have the right mentors and have the right leadership around you, but have access to the right systems as well. So if you're somebody that's never ever done anything on the internet before, whether you can barely turn on a computer or make a post on Facebook, I want to inspire you and motivate you and let you know that you can actually do this. And the success stories that we're going to bring out today, I think, will create new beliefs for you and eliminate a lot of the old beliefs that you have currently that are running through your mind. It's the same old crap we've been telling ourselves for so long as to why we can't finally step out and live our dreams. I know there's a lot of you out there that have been working a 9-to-5 for so many years, and it's so hard to detach from that. Or maybe you're somebody that's trying to find your purpose and you don't know what your purpose is, and maybe you can use this as a vehicle to get to your overall dreams and goals. And that's kind of the path that led me up to this point, to not only making a lot of money and having $10,000 days and having $30,000 months, but the internal transformation that I've been able to gain and have too as well. And not only that, but meet amazing people that you're going to have the opportunity to meet on this panel here tonight. Me and three other friends, good close friends, I like to call them brothers, and business partners of mine, we all came together roughly 3 months ago. We decided to go out to Barcelona, enjoy time. I planned on going there for just a couple weeks, and it ended up turning into this movement called the Limitless Lifestyle Movement, because what we wanted to accomplish was a lot of the gaps in the online marketing industry, in the make money online industry, in the internet marketing industry, whatever you want to call it, and the problems that I was seeing with even people in my own team and other teams out there was duplication, and other people on my team that are brand new not having any success. And so it's hard to believe into something when you're brand new to it, when you've never had your first sale, and then you finally realize after 5-6 years of struggle that I dealt with, from the point of finally really learning the right marketing at 21 years of age. I'm 27 now, and finally figuring it out this year and being able to go from just a low 5-figure a year income to a multiple 6-figure a year income. How does that happen? And it's a transformation in your belief systems. There's a lot of habits that you've created over the course of your life that have led you up to the point that you're at today, and have led you up to these situations that you've come across at this moment. Everything that is happening in your life right now, I know this might be tough to take and to actually believe, but you're in the place that you're in because of your current level of thinking, your current best level of thinking. And if you truly want to change that, there's some things that are going to be required. They're going to be very, very might be uncomfortable for you because you've never done them before. For example, stepping out and being willing to plug in an audio when you're going to work in the morning that's actually going to help influence you and motivate you to finally start going in the direction of your passions and your dreams. You know, or maybe you're somebody that's a stay-at-home mom that wants to give your family a better quality of life. You want to stop your husband from working 60 plus hours a week. Maybe you're a husband and you're not being able to be present for your wife because you're grinding it out 50 plus hours a week, and you get home and all you want to do is just relax and turn on the TV, but you're obviously not fulfilling people when you do that. So all of those different things, all those thoughts that went through my head, just thinking of the other problems that people have dealt with in their lives, the problems I have, really made me make the decision to get into online marketing and do this. Because I dropped out of college, I went to college until the age of 21. I made the decision that, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to work for somebody else for the next 40 to 60 years of my life and get paid a mid 5-figure to maybe a low 6-figure income. I just didn't want that because the money wasn't worth it. What was worth it to me was being able to be present for my family, my friends, impact people, and make a difference in people's lives. And this was a vehicle that allowed me to do that, this specific system that you're going to get access to. So if you're on the fence, wondering if this thing's actually real, if you can actually do this, if it's possible, what I want you to do is I just want you to make the decision and click the link below, because what successful people do at the end of the day is they make decisions quickly and they change their mind slowly. So just make the decision to get in, because I promise you, if you trust me, if you trust the movement here, we can help you get to where you want to go. You see, we've become experts at different areas within this industry, such as sales or YouTube marketing or Facebook or Instagram. What we've done is we've taken all of our talents and put them together and created this Limitless Lifestyle team. And what you're going to see here just in the next few moments at the end of this call is some success stories that we've had, people that have no experience online that are coming online and making their first $3,000 commissions in the first couple weeks or in the first month, or they're making their first consistent 1 to 2 sales a day and they've only been in for a couple months. One of the unique things about this industry is that you can make money very, very quickly. And I don't like to call this, I mean, you run around seeing different opportunities and different products that are get-rich-quick schemes. And then you actually have get-rich-quick opportunities where you can actually get rich quick because you're plugged into the right people and you're plugged into the right system, and that's just the truth. And I'm just so excited and pumped for what we have lined up for you today. And if you're wondering really what this system is, that really doesn't matter. What it does, the products that are in place, what you're going to be selling, if you're even going to have to sell, because you don't have to know any of that. Okay, the reason people buy from you isn't necessarily the product. It's the emotion, the intent that you're putting out to the marketplace. It's the energy that you're putting out there to the world. And that's what makes people want to buy from you. That's what makes people want to follow you. So if you're somebody that's still looking for the secret, I'm going to tell you there's not a secret. Okay, and if you're really willing to follow what we have laid out for you, I promise you we can reach whatever dream that you have. Whether you want to finally quit your 9-to-5 job, whether you feel like a hamster on the wheel doing the same thing over and over again, we can finally help you do that. And you know what? I can talk all freaking night about this stuff, and I want to just give the other guys a chance to talk. But first of all, I want to finish my story because I have a little bit of ADD and I tend to jump around a little bit. But when I first got online, I jumped around a lot. I bought a lot of different products, joined a lot of different opportunities, didn't have the level of personal development I needed, didn't have the focus that I needed. Although the online marketing space really made me believe that I could make money fast, I acted accordingly, but I wasn't focused and I didn't connect with the right people. So throughout the course of literally 6.5, 7 years, while I was working in a jewelry store, I was jumping around online, buying a bunch of different products, buying a lot of that pie in the sky stuff that you guys see that leads you to the skepticism that you might be feeling today just watching this video and listening in on this call if you're on a phone. But more importantly, the transition that I finally had in my life was, in December 2013, after struggling and still persisting. You're probably wondering, if you struggled, man, for 6 years, what made you keep persisting? What made you keep moving forward? Well, I wanted it bad enough, and I didn't want to work for somebody else for the rest of my life. That's just flat out, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to live somebody else's dream. I knew I was worth more than I was getting paid. I know a lot of you feel the same way. I get messages on Facebook every single day of people. I just had somebody message me before this call and said that they're stuck. They feel stuck. They don't know what to do. And the reason you feel stuck is because you're not really doing a lot about it, or you don't know what to do about it. But what you need to do is plug into at least something that will eventually lead you to the place that you're at today. And it could start with a book. It could start with something that you hear on an audio. It could start with a video, an inspirational video that you see on YouTube that can lead you to this point to where you're ready for the information. And the only way that you can be successful is to be obedient and be willing to actually receive this information that we have for you tonight. So, you know, in throughout struggling, these are the things that I finally learned. That the secret was always inside myself, that it wasn't in the outside world, it wasn't in a secret product or a secret opportunity, although it's nice to plug into a system and do the least amount of work and make $3,000 a day. Of course, results not typical, but you know, when I finally made the decision to just plug into the right mentor and be willing to spend the money that was required to do that, because over the course of 6 years, I was jumping around trying to find the shortcut. So stop trying to find the shortcut and plug into the right people, because those people can actually help you get to the next level that you want to get to. And you know, if you're not willing to do that, this probably isn't the best thing for you. If you're willing to consistently invest in yourself, one thing that I notice is the more that I invest in myself, the more money that I end up making, which is pretty hilarious, because my value raises and my belief in myself raises and my awareness raises. And the more that that raises, the more that you believe in what you're doing and that you have something to offer that, you know, somebody out there needs. And I know that at this point that you're probably in a position where you need something like this, and you just need that push over the edge to make the decision, to make the financial investment and the mental and emotional investment to really get into this and make things happen. So it wasn't until December 2013 where I decided to finally invest some real money into my internet marketing business and get access to the right coaches. So literally, I could have taken that full 7 years of struggle and boiled it down to probably about maybe 2 or 3 months. I mean, imagine, you know, taking the knowledge that I have and the other guys have here and being able to cut off 6.5 years of struggle, right? Think about that for a minute and what it would do for you in your life, and what is it costing you to not actually take action and see what's on the other side of the fence. At least entertain the idea and see what's on the other side. So as soon as I made that decision, you know, my first 2 months, I still neglected to plug into my mentor, and I was doing other things. Finally, the 3rd month, I let my ego go, and I had my first $6,000 month. And then it just continued going up from there. I went from 10 to 15 to 20 to $26,000 in 1 month. And I recently was able to have over a $10,000 day because I really knew the value that I was providing to the marketplace, and I positioned myself in a way where I was an authoritative type of person. You know, when you come from a place of authority and you have clarity in what you're doing, that's going to create the confidence for you to create the results that you need to create. And it's hilarious because you don't need to be an expert at sales. You don't need to jump on the phone, even though George Converse loves to do that, and he's amazing at that. You don't have to do that to succeed in this business. You can plug people into our calls like this if you're somebody that's introverted. I can't tell you how many people in this industry that are people that, you know, are antisocial or don't really like to put themselves out there, that have completely transformed, and now you can't get them to shut up. I personally, I think, am one of those people that at first when I came into this, I was very, very timid, and I was, you know, didn't talk a lot. I listened a lot, took in a lot of information, but now I've had that transition in belief to where I know that this works for me, and it will work for you too, if you're willing to entertain the idea long enough for it to actually come to fruition and happen in your life. I believe in the laws of the universe, and one of the laws that I abide by is the law of gender. And basically the law of gender states that every seed has a gestation or incubation period, to where, you know, for example, a baby takes X amount of months to be born. You know, a plant takes so many months to grow, and it's predictable every single time. It's the same thing with your ideas. If you place an idea in your mind long enough, okay, and let that seed grow and move into form, it will actually happen. So if you don't believe in yourself now, just, I want to let you know that I believe in you, the people around here believe in you, before you'll finally believe in yourself. And having said that, when I first came into this, I believed in this, but I didn't exactly believe in myself. But as soon as I aligned myself with the system, with the people, with myself, that's when I really started having success. So don't quit at 48 cards when the last 4 cards in the deck are all aces, is basically what I'm saying. Don't quit on yourself too early, because you might be a day or a week from the breakthrough that's going to create that 6-figure income for you. So having said that, I want to pass this over to George Converse, my brother from another mother over here. Hopefully you can hear me okay, George.
Yeah,
but this guy, awesome dude. But this guy, I got to say, completely transformed my life in really identifying my strength points. And he showed me that I was actually worth more than what I was charging, you know, to the marketplace. And, you know, through him telling me that, it's completely changed my income in my life. And you know what? Just get yourself around these people, get yourself around this movement, because you'll sense the energy. Money is energy, money is vibration. And when you're willing to step outside your comfort zone and just get around people like us, and by the way, I'm no different than you are. I don't know any more than you do. All I did was take one concept and apply it, and it completely changed my life. So having said that, I'm going to pass this over to George, brother. Go ahead and take it away, man.
All right, thank you so much, Josh. And couldn't really say enough about Josh. I mean, this guy is just a rock star. Over the past 3 months, I've had the luxury of you know, getting to live with him, work with him, be mentored directly by him, and just witnessing him actually as well pushing a lot of my own personal limits actually that I had placed on myself by watching what he was doing within his own business, and to the level that he was doing things within his business, and seeing how again, this kind of comes into the whole sales piece of what we're discussing tonight, because in selling a high ticket item like, you know, 500 to 1,000 to 3,000 or even $10,000 in a day, like we're kind of discussing about today, in a lot of cases, because I come from a sales background, I've done sales for the past, you know, 14, 15 years of my life. And
real quick,
pattern interrupt.
Well, I really want to show you guys this. Hold on. Look at this. Hold on. Let me make sure my camera comes back.
Would you guys just get pulled over by a cop?
No, dude. Like, look at this landscape.
Wow, that is amazing.
I never thought Wyoming could look so good.
Right? Oh my goodness. Like, seriously, we're just sitting here just mesmerized, like, whoa, we went to this tunnel, and we came out and we saw this amazing scenery, so we're just like, whoa. Anyways, carry on. Sorry about that.
That's the beauty of a live webinar, that you guys can actually be traveling in a vehicle, in a car, while doing a live webinar. That's awesome. I love it. So where I was kind of going with that, though, is one of the big things that I learned from Josh and just watching his business and how he grows his business, and even reflecting it upon my background being in sales, is that, again, most of my life in being in sales, it's, you know, face-to-face direct sales or over the phone. It's engaging directly with a person. But what I've realized through, you know, observing Josh and his business, because specifically with his business, he's built it all on YouTube, and it's all through video. And it made me realize that through video, how powerful it really is, that you can actually develop a relationship with people without even talking to somebody in some cases. And it's very powerful, because you can take somebody from an intro level possibility of them being, you know, perhaps, let's say, just a cold lead, and then over a period of time engage with somebody enough through video to actually develop a relationship with somebody, in some cases that you might not have ever even spoke to develop a relationship to a point to where you could ask for a high-ticket item, because you've basically delivered so much value over a period of time to an individual that it is worthy of a high-ticket item, whether it's $500 all the way upwards of $10,000, just like Josh had a $10,000 day the other day. And this is powerful because when you start building your business, you have to realize, first off, not everybody is a salesperson, so not everybody's going to be able to hop on the line with every single person. But secondly, it's not scalable at the end of the day. So even if you are an extremely talented salesperson, you have to have other methods and systems in place that are going to allow you to deliver value to the marketplace, to allow you to build rapport and relationships with people at a higher level, because when you ultimately break down what sales is, it really essentially is the transferring of confidence in a product or service to another individual, or collectively to a large group of individuals. So there's a lot of ways to do that, but when you start looking at how that's done, especially applicable to the type of business we're in, and even just a little bit about myself. You know, I'm the newest cat as far as in the crew. I've only been directly in this game with these guys. I met Brian Dixon, fortunately, 6 months ago. But in a very short period of time, I've gained a large amount of, I feel, respect in the industry. I've had a large amount of success in a very short period of time. But again, it revolves around a lot of the pieces of what we're discussing today, even within sales. But there's different elements to it. Again, like when we're looking at this, and the first piece when we're kind of talking about this is just mastering one thing. And these are all going to kind of collectively add up to one piece. But when you first come into the business, if you're trying to be the master of all, you're going to ultimately be the master of none. And you're going to really dilute your results that you're going to have, and therefore, again, not allow people to have a lot of confidence in you, because, again, they're going to be looking at what you're doing. But when you can do things like, you know, Josh has done, who mastered YouTube, you know, Brian Dixon, my direct mentor, who's mastered Facebook, you know, Travis Holder, who's absolutely just crushed and annihilating Instagram. You know, this is something that can be communicated to others, and other people can feel it, they can see it, and they can actually not only see the results you have, but if they follow, they can gain the same results. And again, it's a transfer of confidence when people can see that you've actually taken the time to master something, and actually are very skilled at least one thing that they feel they could follow and possibly gain the same results. So again, mastering, you know, something within your business, a skill within your business, is extremely important. And that's one of the first things I did when I came into the business. I didn't try to do everything. I just listened to my coach, my mentor, Brian Dixon, him being the master of Facebook. I followed suit. I did the same thing. I didn't try and learn something different. I just did exactly what he was doing, and I followed suit, and I you know, learned to master one thing, which was Facebook, and instantly got very quick results within my business as a direct result of mastering it. And again, being able to show other people how to master something as well too, directly to a skill within Facebook. The second thing is just being able to bring massive value to the table. And again, if you haven't taken the time to truly master something, at least one skill within the arena of what we're discussing here, then you're going to have a really hard time bringing value to the table for people, because you can't sit here just, you know, talking around circles all day long. You have to be able to, you know, directly give somebody value. Ultimately, our goal collectively as a group, no matter what we're doing, whether it's services or tools, the products, the platforms we work with, coaching, mentoring, is always to give more than we ultimately take. That's always kind of our philosophy of what we're always directly trying to do. That's our intention of what we always set forth to do. But again, if you're continuously, again, giving massive value in some way, shape, or form, and always, again, giving more than ultimately what you're taking from somebody, again, that's felt. And again, that comes down to the direct confidence that somebody's going to have in your ability for you to be a leader and for them to directly follow you at the end of the day. And all of this comes down to the next piece, which is just consistency. People are watching you. You know, they're watching you, especially when you're starting a new opportunity, you're starting a new business. You just quit your job because you're doing something new. Whatever it is you're doing, believe it or not, people are watching you. Family, friends, complete strangers. They're watching. They want to see what happens. They want to see if you're going to crash and burn. They want to see if you're going to fly. They want to see what the story is going to be. Again, they want to see what value you're bringing to the table. Are you mastering something? Are you a master of none and you're just running around aimlessly? But people are watching you, and so when you start understanding that, and you can start applying some consistency in your business,